What's up, everyone? I'm absolutely thrilled to have you all here today as we dive into a story that's sparking conversations, raising eyebrows, and shining a light on some heavy but crucial topics. We're talking about the unfolding drama between Halle Bailey, the radiant star of The Little Mermaid, and DDG, the rapper and YouTuber whose real name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr. This isn't just another celebrity headline. It's a gripping saga involving allegations of abuse, a high-stakes restraining order, and a court hearing happening today, June 5, 2025, that could shift the trajectory for both parties and their young son, Halle. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's unpack this with energy, insight, and a commitment to understanding the bigger picture. We'll explore the allegations, the legal moves, DDG's response, the public's reaction, and what this all means for society, while weaving in two lesser-known facts and fresh details to keep it engaging and educational. Let's start with the backdrop. Halle Bailey, a 25-year-old from Atlanta, is a powerhouse, singer, actress, and one half of the Grammy-nominated duo Chloe x Halle. Her role as Ariel in Disney's 2023 live-action The Little Mermaid made her a global icon, celebrated for her talent and grace. DDG, also 27, hails from Pontiac, Michigan, and carved his path as a YouTuber before hitting the hip-hop scene, with his latest album, Blame the Chat, dropping on May 5, 2025. Their romance kicked off in January 2022, confirmed by DDG's now-deleted X post for Halle's 22nd birthday in March. They were a power couple, think red carpets at the 2022 BET Awards, DDG cheering Halle at Variety's Power of Young Hollywood event, and Halle starring in his If I Want You music video. Their son, Halle St. Granberry, arrived in December 2023, but Halle kept her pregnancy under wraps to shield her peace, a choice that speaks to her desire for privacy in a public life. Fast forward to October 2024, and DDG announced their breakup on Instagram stories, framing it as a mutual decision with a promise to co-parent as best friends. But that amicable vibe didn't last. On May 13, 2025, Halle filed for a temporary restraining order against DDG in Los Angeles County Superior Court, alleging a pattern of physical, verbal, emotional, and financial abuse since their split. The court granted the order on May 14, effective until today's hearing, and it's loaded with strict terms. DDG must stay 100 yards away from Halle, his school, and her vehicle. He's banned from owning weapons, and he's barred from mentioning them on social media platforms like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, or X. Halle also requested sole custody of Halle during her 2-month film shoot in Italy starting June 7, 2025, and asked DDG to enroll in a 52-week batterer intervention program. Now, let's dive into the allegations, which are serious and detailed. Halle claims multiple incidents of abuse. In January 2025, she says DDG came to her home to pick up Halle. As she buckled their son into his car seat and tried discussing a visitation schedule, DDG allegedly snapped, yelling derogatory names and escalating to physical violence, pulling her hair and slamming her face into the steering wheel, leaving her with a chipped tooth and arm bruises. She submitted photos as evidence. In February 2025, DDG allegedly entered her home uninvited and sent a threatening text with a photo of her bed, implying infidelity. March brought another incident. DDG reportedly berated her for not sending their sick son for a visit, smashed her Ring doorbell camera, took her phone, and slammed a car door on her while she held Halle. A police report backs this up. Halle also accuses DDG of weaponizing his online following, 1.2 million X followers, 5.6 million YouTube subscribers, by badmouthing her on streams, claiming she's withholding Halle and dating others, which has fueled online threats against her. A May 11, 2025, text from Halle, sent while vacationing with her sister Chloe in St. Lucia, begged DDG to stop harassing her. DDG's response? So far, it's thin. On May 13th, during a Twitch livestream with Aiden Ross, he saw a TMZ report about the restraining order and said, "But that can't even be real," sounding stunned or dismissive. On May 19th, he mentioned on another stream that brands were switching up on him due to the allegations, hinting at professional fallout. But no formal statement has come from him or his team, which fuels the controversy. The lack of a detailed rebuttal leaves room for speculation. Is he denying it? Preparing a defense? The silence is deafening, and with today's hearing looming, all eyes are on what he'll bring to court. Public reaction is split. On Reddit, posts like one from r/Hifapeds show some fans supporting Halle, citing the evidence and her courage, while others defend DDG, questioning her motives or the timing. This divide reflects how celebrity scandals polarize audiences, often clouding the real issues. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 1 in 4 women experience intimate partner violence, and high-profile cases like this can amplify awareness but also risk trivializing it as drama. The evidence, photos, police reports, texts, lends weight to Halle's claims, but DDG's disbelief and the lack of his side keep the story unresolved. Now, let's zoom out to why this matters. Domestic violence allegations, especially with evidence, demand attention. The restraining orders terms, like the 100-yard distance and social media ban, aim to protect Halle and Halo while addressing DDG's alleged behavior. The Batterer Intervention Program request is notable. 52 weeks of counseling isn't just punitive. It's about breaking cycles of abuse. Data from the U.S. Department of Justice shows such programs can reduce recidivism by 15 to 20% when completed, highlighting their potential. The social media angle is huge too. DDG's alleged posts inciting fan hate show how influencers can amplify personal conflicts, a phenomenon called cyberbestanding, where online mobs escalate real-world harm. A 2023 study from the Journal of Interpersonal Violence found that 30% of domestic violence victims report online harassment tied to their abuse, making this a modern twist on an old problem. Here's where we bring in 2 lesser-known facts to deepen the story. First, Halle's custody request for her Italy shoot isn't just logistical, it's a strategic move to ensure Halo's safety and stability. She's lined up her family and a nanny to care for him, showing her foresight as a mother navigating a high-stakes situation while maintaining her career. This detail, buried in court filings, reflects her balancing act under pressure. Second, the Batterer Intervention Program isn't a standard ask in restraining orders. It's a rigorous commitment, often involving group therapy and accountability sessions, tailored to address root causes of abusive behavior. Halle's push for this suggests she's not just seeking protection but hoping for DDG's rehabilitation, adding nuance to her approach and showing a belief in change, which isn't widely reported. Culturally, this case hits hard. Halle, a black woman, faces unique scrutiny. Her success and visibility make her both a role model and a target. A 2024 Pew Research study notes that black women are 2.5 times more likely to face online harassment than their white counterparts, and DDG's alleged online attacks tap into this. The case also raises questions about co-parenting in the spotlight. Halo, just 18 months old, is at the heart of this, and the court's custody decisions could set a precedent for how high-profile parents navigate safety and stability. As we wrap up, today's hearing is a turning point. Will the restraining order extend for up to 5 years? Will DDG counter with evidence or a denial? How will Halo's well-being be prioritized? This story isn't just about Halle and DDG. It's about accountability, the power of platforms, and the courage to speak out. It challenges us to question how we consume celebrity news, support survivors, and address abuse in all its forms. Let's keep the conversation alive. How can public figures use their influence responsibly? What can we do to support safe co-parenting? Thank you for joining me. Stay informed, stay compassionate, and let's keep pushing for a world where everyone feels safe. Until next time, take care.